Alright, fam. So apparently they're saying hip hop doesn't respect Molly Mall over here. This video is by DOESN, it's your boy DOESN on Blaze, and let's get into it. I mean, I have love for Mall, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about everybody else, but okay.
Giving your opinion on things is an interesting way to make a living in today's modern era, particularly when no one really knows exactly what qualifies you to do so. In the age of the internet, the days where only journalists or critics had the chance to get their thoughts out there beyond the barbershop or bar are long gone. Over time, people got so tired of everyone throwing out hot takes that some started joking that there should be a nationwide warning for any man about to walk into a podcast studio.
Hey, this clavicular guy is getting motion, bro.
I was traumatized. It's like, were you? Or do you just choose to label this trauma and then now you've fucked up the rest of your life?
Stop giving men microphones, please.
Okay, but you have a microphone right there. That's a microphone, is it not? Who gave you that microphone, sir? They must take it away from you.
In the hip-hop space, there's no man whose views and opinions seem to elicit groans and flat-out anger, quite like Jamil Mal Clay of the new Rory and Mal podcast. After beginning his spell in the spotlight as a B-mic on the Joe Budden Podcast, Mal and his friend Rory branched out on their own with a show that's full of ranting and raving.
I tweeted, J. Cole committed career suicide.
That was a little extra.
How was it extra?
Because he's going to be fine.
I don't give a what he's saying on the fall off. And I'm a J. Cole fan. They want to...
Nah, bro. It wasn't career suicide. I mean, it was just a little bit of a, come on, Cole, why you go and do that? Career suicide? That's a bit extra, nah?
See blood. We don't want to see y'all fight.
Yeah.
I want to hear y'all rap. Fucking rap, Nick. All these years I've been saying Cole is one of the illest niggas. Man, I'm deleting all that later. I'm deleting all your shit out my iTunes. I want all your posters off my wall. Nigga, I'm not fucking with J. Cole no more. Cole, you did some sucker. You had some.
Bro, firstly, why do you have a poster of J. Cole on your wall? Bro said, I'm taking down my posters of you from my wall. Bro, are you serious? You've got posters of J. Cole on your wall as a 40-year-old man? That's a bit crazy, no? No? I'm just saying, bro.
On last night, man. You had some boy shorts on under them sweatpants. What you did last night, every nigga that's that in the culture that you're in, trust and believe they looking at you a different way today. You can never come back from this. There's no coming back from this. You let Nas down. You let every nigga that's ever supported your career down last night. That's a fact.
On rare occasions, he comes up with an argument that lands or provokes thought in an interesting way. But for the most part, he always winds up saying something that leaves listeners wondering if he's really standing on it, or if he's purely trying to court controversy. According to him,
I think Bull is a bit delusional, that's all.
It's all 100% authentic.
Obviously, when we're podding, we need to give hot takes sometimes, right? You know what I mean? How do you balance in general giving off hot takes that are gonna catch an audience, but at the same time staying real with yourself? You know, when you're podding.
I don't, because I'm not trying to give a hot take. I just say some shit sometimes, and it just
catches on.
Yeah, but I'm not going into it like I'm gonna say this. So.
Can you sense when other people are when you're listening to a pod?
100%.
Yeah.
If that's true, then he must be questioning everything he believes. As for a long time now, Mal has been getting roasted by the internet for his opinions, to the point that it must be as familiar as putting his Jordans on in the morning. And recently, it just keeps going from bad to worse. It's your boy DOESN, and this is why Mal has become hip-hop media's king of bad takes. Over the years, Mal has had a tendency to come out with wild sentiments, while regularly using his trademark catchphrase to evaluate whatever anyone else had to say.
You OG hipster.
Hey, a telling you he is your OG is crazy. Shit on the bottom of your penny loafers on a Motown stage is crazy.
Moonwalking it off.
Where would you step in a... Where would there be shit on the floor?
Bobby Brown's dressing room.
That's fucking crazy.
Were there's dogs walking? Like the beach?
Crazy. Seeing a nigga punching your mom in the face is crazy.
Joe, what?
That's crazy.
And
like,
all you have is let me hear you say that's crazy. Let me hear you say that's crazy.
I be saying that's crazy a lot too, I won't lie.
That's crazy that your ass is on my face.
Maybe me and Maul are
For
one
a
and
long
the
time,
same.
his comical remarks and unspoken certainty that he was the coolest person in any room gained Maul plenty of fans. At worst, people found him a little ridiculous, but ultimately harmless.
He's a bit over the top though.
Plus, being the younger brother of Rockefeller Records co-founder Kareem Biggs Burke tied him to hip-hop history, which made a lot of people more willing to overlook his wild, sweeping statements. But where he really demolished his credibility was around the time of the Drake and Kendrick beef. Throughout the years and over the course
Bro, this guy glazed Drake so hard, it was unfathomable. Like, I just couldn't understand what was the need. Like, bro, we can be objective, we can be critical from both sides, from different opposing angles. But Maul was just like, yo, gung-ho on like, yo, Drake, he's the best thing that ever graced planet Earth.
of his time as Joe Budden's co-host, Maul never exactly disguised the fact that he was a fan of Drizzy. However, it was never his entire personality or overshadowed any notion of objectivity. Yet, from the moment that the first shots were thrown on Like That, when Kendrick declared that it was just Big Me, it was as though the podcaster was instantly transformed into his final form of OVO Maul. Once Drake responded on push-ups, Maul was as excited as a kid on Christmas, envisioning a win for his longtime favorite and suggesting that Dot wouldn't even respond.
Record going at Drake? I don't think he will. But I hope he does, though. Oh, I hope he does. I just hope he does. This is going to be great. This is going to be great.
It was great.
It's going to be great for the culture.
It was great for the culture. It was great music.
A lot of you others get prepared to write, because y'all in that shit, too.
Drop down and give me 50.
Sound like you heard it.
I didn't hear anything. I'm just letting you know. Prepare if that record comes out, because it's going to be some shit.
They're going to do some push-ups?
Yeah, this going to be some shit. It's going to be some shit. But we need it. Let's rap. Kendrick and Drake. Jermaine Cole is no longer a. He's not invited to the bar.
No more.
He's not one of the guys.
As diss tracks rolled in, Maul chose to overlook any ground made by Kendrick while fighting Drake's side as if he had money riding on it.
This is taking his fake information. I told y'all this on Family Matters when I said you digging for dirt. You should be
can't even breathe.
Digging for proof. I got pictures of the little girl all in the video plastered on the wall. I'm playing with this dumb shit, and he's going for it. I'm the most lit in the game. Y'all mad, and there's no skeletons in my closet. I'm not no fucking pedophile. Stop it. That's the only thing.
More fighting like he's actually Drake.
Y'all know that could fucking end my run as me being, and it doesn't exist. Stop the bullshit. But you, Mr. Lamar, you hit your girl because she's bigger than you. You put your hands on your girl. She's been engaged for years. Y'all not married yet. You living in New York. She's not. Let's talk real shit. All this 11-year-old daughter shit y'all talking about, and because he released it right after the Family Matters. It's a better record. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's the best record that's released in this entire beef.
And if anything,
Family Matters has to be the best record in the whole beef. And I only say that because Family Matters so cleanly addressed everybody, addressed everything, and did it in such a direct manner. You know, Kendrick was very poetic in this beef, and the reason why Kendrick won this beef is because Kendrick was able to play mind games. All right, Kendrick was able to play bait and switch. Kendrick was able to lure Drake into easy things. Drake kind of played himself in some of this, to be honest. But hey, man, look, at the end of the day, Kendrick was just the better. Like, I will never take that away from him. But for me, Family Matters Family Matters had to be the best track. For sure. Like, if we're just going to talk about hip-hop diss track record out of that whole thing, I go with Family Matters all day. But Not Like Us, of course, was the crown jewel.
this devoted Drizzy fandom has probably hurt his pockets, as people tuned out of the show in droves. By the time that Kendrick had dropped Not Like Us and staged the pop-out as a victory lap, Maul got increasingly unhinged as he coped as hard as humanly possible.
Kendrick is addressing Drake's culture vulture ways and the way that he steals from the culture.
What did he steal?
We not talking about how he said.
All of you, including the nigga he's in a beef with. Nobody wanted to take that on tour. Don't make.
But why are you shouting at a hand, dude? Like, relax.
Sit here and look like I'm riding. Go look at all the interviews. These niggas saying, yo, if it wasn't for homie, if it wasn't for him, yo, if it wasn't for him,
that
I
is
don't even
true.
know what. Yo, salute to the. I'm not. Don't make me say it. These said it.
That is true.
Kendrick think this. Rocky think this.
True.
The Weeknd think this.
Facts.
Rick Ross think this.
Facts.
Now he don't write his rhymes. Kanye said, yo, he wrote all my shit. I wish I could have that right. All my records.
Well,
The young Lord
Kanye
and Savior,
says-
Kanye. Young Lord and Savior. All of a sudden, I gotta sit here. No, I'm talking now. All of a sudden, I gotta sit here and look like I'm some OVO riding Drake cape when I'm just presenting the facts. He helped each and every one of these niggas. You would have never knew who the Migos was if Drake didn't remix Versace.
Looking back, this felt
Well, Atlanta would have knew them. I don't know about the rest of us.
like the moment where his habit of speaking first without anything close to evidence to back it up became obvious to the wider public. Ma is consistently,
The wider or
confidently
whiter?
wrong. It's the with a puffed out chest for me. Particularly after he suggested that Kendrick would get booed in Toronto during his GNX tour stop, only for that to be
What's
the
that
polar
fish that
opposite
puffs his
of what
chest out?
happened.
That's like
I don't know if Kendrick is booking the show at the Scotiabank Arena and people not showing up to just boo him.
You see, now that is some hater energy. That is some hater energy. We're not gonna act like Kendrick some bum, bro. Kendrick been, if not, the closest next best thing to Drake, if not better. There's nobody else we can compare. It's either Drake or Kendrick in hip hop. There's nobody else who's ever touched that stratosphere. J. Cole has come close, but clearly he couldn't handle it, which is fine. We love Cole. But Kendrick's up there, bro. I'm sorry.
Like, I don't think Drake gets booed in LA at the crypto at his show. I can 100% see Kendrick getting booed all night at a Scotiabank Arena show.
No, never that.
I think everybody that goes to a
Is it
Kendrick show in
banned,
Toronto
Drake?
is going there strictly to try to ruin his show
What?
and boo him. I think so.
I think there would be people that would do that, but not at the
Drake is the biggest export out of Canada, probably.
Tim Hortons would like a word.
Well, second.
Maybe third, because I think The Weeknd might be a slightly bigger export out of Canada than Drake at this point.
And ironically, the person who actually got booed in someone else's hometown, you guessed it, Drake.
Like I said, I'm here for you tonight. If you want
Let's not forget Justin Bieber.
to keep going, I will keep going tonight. What's up? If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. Well, look, it's been love.
With each new
Wait, no, bro. Wait, no. Was that the right footage there? Wasn't that from the Camp Flogno? From Tyler the Creator's event? His little festival?
installment in the saga, it felt
That
like
wasn't
Maul
in Toronto,
alienated
was it?
more and more of the listenership. And even now, long after the dust settled on the beef, Maul will take any excuse for a potshot at Dot, while remaining an unrepentant OVO glazer. He might even be a worse offender than the OVO glazing general, DJ Academics,
Gen.
in recent times.
The official nominees for Best Rap Album at the 2026 Grammys are Let God Sort 'Em Out by The Clips, Glorious by Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly by JID, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. GNX is going to sweep and it's going to
I'd give it to Clips, but of course GNX.
piss me off because The Clips deserves to win, and that's not Kendrick,
Kendrick just
Lamar
opened
hate.
his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
Jamal.
Where's your...
Jamal.
I'm just saying, the boy is prophetic. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder who on the pod said Drake was rapper of 2025.
Maul.
All right, what's crazy is if you go off streams,
He is. He's the most streamed. He's the most streamed
like,
rapper
Maul
of the
is not-
year.
Like you could say perception, whatever, but if the most streamed rapper,
He didn't put out a new
was
album,
Drake.
but he's still, yeah. I mean, he did. He
Yeah,
put
but
out
you know that's
sexy
not
song.
what you meant.
He's
That
the
ain't-
rapper of. He's the rapper
Jamal,
of the
you know
year.
that that's not what you meant.
How could women twist your words like that? But you know that's not what you meant, even though she got a point.
The rapper of the year. Am I not right? Give me my. Pass
He
me
didn't
those.
rap, but he barely rapped
Oh, what
this
did I
year.
miss?
Pass me those this year, like, please.
As the biased rants continued to roll in, audiences increasingly felt like you couldn't even argue that these were based in fact. Maul represents a section of the media that dissimulate fan fiction as fact. Zero credibility, zero sources, just emotional babble into a podcast.
Well, I wouldn't say zero because a lot of these guys did say that A$AP Rocky. There's evidence of A$AP Rocky saying, "Yo, I owe Drake so much. Drake was the first man to put me on. Drake was this." I see Kendrick saying the same thing. "Oh, Drake did this for me. I pulled up. Drake did this for me." All these dudes be saying it. bro, Cole is just like, yo, Drake, he put me in this position. He took me on tour with them. Bro, Drake did a lot for these boys, bro. We can't dismiss the facts. So we can't say that Moore's theories are not based in logic, because they are based in logic and in fact, because the things he's saying are still true, but Moore just takes it to another level, bro. Like, it's just like, okay, bro, but relax.
At this stage, Maul is apparently taking it upon himself to repair any perceived damage to Drake's image or reputation. But some of the claims he's making about Drizzy's place in the game are just ridiculous. As by the time you're saying he's a better spitter than some of the greatest artists to ever pick up a mic, then you're officially too far gone.
Because do you think Lupe is a better rapper than Drake?
Rapper?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think Royce is a better?
What? Lupe is definitely a better rapper than Drake. Like, if we're just gonna go bar for bar rappers, like Lupe Fiasco is a better rapper than Drake, for sure. Now, Drake might outshine him in some aspects, but if we're gonna really peel the layers back, bro, if we talk about substance, consciousness, wordplay, rhyme scheme, thought process, just integrity to rap itself, we have to give it to Lupe. Drizzy, Drake, I love Drake, but come on, bro. Drake's rapping about in the club, 100 bottles, what Maybach, what chain so big, Tiffany, what, come on.
Rapper than Drake?
No.
Who do you think is a better rapper than Drake?
Hove?
What about Kendrick?
Nope.
DMX.
Hove is a better rapper than Drake. J. Cole is a better rapper than Drake. Like, if we're gonna talk bar for bar, J. Cole is better than Drake. But Drake is still good, bro.
X.
Nope.
Is
DMX?
Black Thought a better rapper than Aubrey Graham?
Nope.
Alright, man.
Black Thought is definitely a better rapper than Aubrey Graham, for sure, with the hands down. Aubrey is good, bro, but Black Thought is just better than Aubrey. I won't lie.
You even upset Rel. You know how hard that is?
I don't think he is. All right, so if Black Thought, they say Black Thought is rapping on the corner 125th and Lexington right now, and they say Drake is rapping on 161st Street in front of Yankee Stadium. Where you going?
Yeah, that's because Drake is a celeb, bro.
25th and Lex is closer.
See, he wanted to be fun.
Crazed as some of these suggestions are, the thing that really makes it fascinating is it's a huge shift from the days where he used to be able to comprehend how beef worked and looked at things with a balanced view. For example, back in 2018, he seemed to understand why Pusha T did what he did on the story of Adidon, as well as endorsing Joe's comments that mentioning wives escalates things a lot.
Pusha put it out there. Nothing is out of bounds right now.
What did Drake say about his fiance? He said her name. A wedding ring of what?
Said he was gonna make it ring. But Push probably feels like
Virginia Williams.
Even though, wait, time out. Before y'all go any further. I've been saying for quite some time though, like niggas from a different generation, like you just speaking. You can't talk about somebody's girl. Yeah, because the second you talk about somebody's girl, you have triggered something. Yeah. You have triggered another level in beef.
I don't think it's somebody's girl. I think it's somebody's wife. You see, if you talk about my girl, depends how much I like this girl. Do I really love this girl? Am I just with her for this or that? But if it's my wife, my boy, it's a different scenario.
Yeah, like I'm no longer. I'm getting on the phone. I'm looking for you. We got to talk. Like really, not doing that. So I do understand that.
But these days, he's even gone as far as suggesting that Kendrick deserved to be blackballed from hip-hop for his claims about Drake's private life.
And I think that
the disc is just always somewhere that matters somehow. And that's no hate to Nadeska. It's just that she just seems to always find herself in the right rooms.
The fact that it shaped public perception, but again, and this is something that I said from the very start of this. Love Kendrick. Kendrick fans support Kendrick.
Yeah.
But him calling one of the biggest artists in the world a certified foul, to me, that was like, wait, y'all listening to this? Like, you see what happened with Jaguar Wright just went on Piers Morgan and said what she said about Jay and Beyonce. You'll never see Jaguar Wright. You might not ever see Jaguar Wright on another major platform again in your life.
At this rate, you would think that he's on retainer as Drake's official cultural attorney.
OVO
but
thug.
The truth seems to be that he's just drank the OVO Kool-Aid to the point where objectivity is in the rear view. He's even claiming that the new far-reaching lawsuit Drake is facing over his connection to the gambling platform Stake may be the work of UMG as revenge of the rapper's own failed legal action.
Bro, there was a time I wanted to sign to OVO, man. There was a time I was like, damn, I want to sign to OVO. And it's just like nowadays, I'm just like, hey, bro, now I'm going to be in the sweatshop, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't like Drake anymore to that point. It's just like, bro, I'm going to be the sweatshop. Plus all this other nonsensical behavior that you are, you know, you're getting RICO cases for gambling deals. It's just like, Drake, what's going on, my boy? Like I love what you're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your music. Well, I don't even know if I love that anymore, to be fair. I like some of it. So, but anyway, we just went off topic. Let's come back.
So do you think that possibly that the Universal has something to do with putting this thing on Drake because it's around, they saying around bots and illegal bet?
Ain't Drake Budden?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at that. I haven't had no direct conversation with him about it, but I wouldn't be surprised. But in the conversations we had since that drop, it's been very like, you know, like it's not even a real issue for him. Like he's not really talking about it. Like, yeah, nah.
It don't look like the Ross dude is because he's riding around in the Sprinter telling Joe to pull up on him.
Among the main issues with Mal is that he doesn't present what he says as speculation. It generally comes across as if what he's saying is fact, even if it's nothing close to it. Recently, he's further solidified this beef and harmed his own reputation when his claims of insider knowledge didn't materialize. During an episode of the Rory and Mal podcast just after New Year's, Mal stuck his neck out to declare that a long-awaited project from J. Cole or Drake was destined to come out.
I told him we was getting something for Christmas. I was just a couple days early.
Okay.
We're getting something Friday though. Well, Thursday night.
Okay.
Don't make me cut that out because you love doing that shit. We all go home and you
Thursday night.
cut this out.
This isn't exactly anything he hasn't done before.
Since you
Just
love
a few
doing that
episodes
shit.
prior to that, he made the claim that Cole initially had Kendrick
what
and
would
Drake
expose
features on
you,
the
bro?
fall off
Yo, you
that had to
love
be
doing that shit.
scrapped amid the drama.
They both were on the album, on J. Cole's album.
No, that's
Drake
gone.
was okay.
That's gone. You know Drake called and say, yo, unclear that.
He said, must be Drake Bell.
It must be Drake Bell. Get that shit the fuck off.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even. It would sound dated anyway. It wouldn't make any. It had unless it wouldn't work anyway. No, I don't think he's on there.
He was on there twice.
I don't think he's on there.
Yeah, he was.
I know that for a fact.
He was on the album.
He was on there twice. So I don't. You think Cole's taking 2 Kendrick verses off his album?
I want to let y'all know that this is gonna get clipped and end up on Twitter. So are y'all okay with me leaving that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure enough, their producer was correct, and the clip spread like wildfire, just like every tall tale he comes
These
out
guys
with.
need to start listening to this woman because this woman be saving them, but they be doing their own things, man.
But when that Thursday rolled around, when the album was supposed to drop, nothing had emerged. And on the next episode, Mal acted as though his comments were actually about the new Bruno Mars record all along.
There were some people that were saying that maybe you were
Bruno
trying to
Mars?
announce the Bruno Mars album.
That's exactly the album
That's
that I
what
was
you're
trying
talking
to announce, people. Yes.
That's anticipated. Probably
Yes,
not the way you
absolutely.
worded
We
it.
love
but,
Bruno Mars.
We are getting new music
Come
today
on, he's just being sarcastic.
from Bruno Mars. We haven't heard it yet.
Cloaking the L's in jokes and misdirection, Mal's unsolicited predictions annoyed people to the point that he even had his former producer Julian calling him out before posting a picture
Julian,
alongside
no,
Dreamville's own boss with the pointed caption of "Check your sources."
And it's no
That's
secret that I
crazy.
have a good relationship with Cole's camp in particular. I'm aware of other podcasts and how they're speaking about him and a couple other artists. Obviously, I'm referring to the big three. And it just amazes me how confidently people will go on the microphone and just say a bunch of bullshit or just spew out the rumblings of a rollout from like years ago as if that's still today's business. I guess a part of the lore of most of these podcasters is to cast the image that they are interconnected and deeply entrenched in these camps, when in fact a lot of these camps cannot stand a lot of these people with microphones.
Despite all of the evidence to the contrary, Mal was still acting like he knew something.
Me personally, thought you were talking about J. Cole. You did not say it was Cole. I felt like you were talking about Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever album it is, do you think maybe this Friday? Do we think it's just off? It was either last Friday or we don't even know. Is it just getting pushed a week?
I don't know about a week, but it definitely was, again, off the information that I had, it definitely was slated to drop Friday.
With the fall off being rumored, not just with you, there was you were the first person, not the only one that talked about what an album wasn't dropping Friday or around that time. With Iceman, we think is almost done. I don't know. Fall off rumored to be almost done. Do Cole and Drake drop within the same month?
No.
Same day?
No.
And now that Cole's record has been announced, he's attempting to depict this as a win with a succession of crying emojis on Twitter. But this did nothing to convince anyone that he was in the know. You had no idea.
Bro,
Stop
everybody
lying.
knew the photo
Brothers,
was coming.
it summed up just how bad his run has been over the past year or so, claiming that he's always been wrong since Cole, Kendrick, and Drake's tension took place in 2024. He said this battle wasn't gonna get serious, then Drake filed a lawsuit. He said Kendrick was dropping an album in May and was wrong, then said an album was coming last week and was wrong. Courtesy of his bad takes and grossly inaccurate predictions, Mal was on shaky ground with a lot of people after the alleged new album situation. Yet somehow, it seems like he keeps making it worse every time he opens his mouth. One of the recent offenses came when he was defending Aiden Ross against Joe Budden and Glasses Malone. For a while now, there's been an ongoing war between Aiden and Doechii, which has been brewing ever since he labeled her an industry plant.
Oh, Doechii rant? Oh, dude, don't get me started on that, bitch. Don't get me started on that industry plant. You guys can say shit, whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. Fuck Doechii, the umbrella clip pissed me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro. She's just the worst. She's a piece of shit. She stole someone that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible. So Doechii, okay?
She stole a grown adult from you, Aiden. She stole them.
She has zero talent.
Once the TDE artist responded to her haters as a whole, on her new track Girl Get Up with SZA, Aiden fully crashed out, prompting most of the internet to come to Doechii's aid.
I'm doubling down, bro. Doechii, you're a horrible musician. You fucking suck at music. That's why you fell off and you're coming at me, a streamer. You're known for throwing ass.
No, that's a lyric, eh?
That's all she's known for, allegedly, in my opinion. You're not a good musician. You suck. Drop an album now. It's selling 2K first week.
2K.
All in all, this whole situation has led to the critical reassessment of his place in hip-hop, and if he even has one at this point. And to no one's surprise, one of the only people caping for Aiden and trying to minimize what he did was none other than Mal. During an appearance on Bag Fuel, SO lost it at Mal for suggesting that Ross wasn't a stain on the conversations around the genre.
Where do you rank him in your March Madness bracket? Aiden, he's a 14 seed. As far as need to get put,
No, that nigga's number 1 seed right now, nigga.
But you only say that because he's white.
You bugging. Yes!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't do that.
I think the same thing. Right.
I don't do that.
He's duped to me. Yo, I'm not going over to the country world talking shit on Shania Twain and the motherfuckers. They gonna give me, if I ventured over there and started talking about them white cowboys and all the rest of that fucking shit.
No, we
and
definitely not.
White cowboys talking, get the fuck out. Get Shabuzi out here first.
And as the conversation continued, things got increasingly heated.
I get some of the same shit he's drinking.
The only niggas that always letting everybody in. It's okay. You're making excuse to Aiden Ross. This don't give a.
No, I'm not making excuses for nobody.
He just has him in a different bracket. No, he's ranked number 1 right now. You can't come around these parts talking shit.
Aiden?
Once again, the public saw it as another example of Mal rooting for the wrong side in a fight, as he so regularly does these days. Can we keep tally of all the people Mal has defended so far? I feel like it's the scummiest list on the planet. Mal is such a bozo. Recently, this got very close to home for Mal when he found himself defending Rory and catching heat for that too. This all happened after people went back into the archives and discovered a series of tweets about black women and his own status as a white man that had people feeling a little uneasy, if not outraged. Some of which read, how much weave was sacrificed for King Bay today? White people definitely age in dog years. So does our income. Save that white boy fantasy for somebody else. I'm not cutting any weave out of your hair. I don't appreciate any woman with poetic justice braids telling me what I can and cannot do. Seeking to calm the situation down.
Poetic justice braids, bro. Wow, Rory. Why is every white guy in hip-hop culture secretly racismo?
Rory got torn to shreds during an ill-judged trip onto Twitter Spaces.
Fucking Neanderthal black people in this microaggressions, my good brother.
No, I fully
understand.
What
the shit is, bro.
Creole
Stop playing with
the
people.
entire thing.
You sitting here playing with people, bro, and that's what's pissing me off, bro.
How am I playing with people?
I don't even get like this, bro, but you playing in niggas' face, bro. With all this smart
I respect
shit
everything you're saying, and I do agree. So I'm really asking.
Over it. The people in the comments that's throwing up the hundreds, they heard what you said. I ain't about to repeat shit. You apologize. Now move on. Let's move on to another topic or something.
I can
Or
apologize
if somebody
and we have a
else,
conversation.
If somebody, no, I don't want to have a conversation with you, Rory.
Which is fine.
Okay,
you don't have to have
say
one
that
with me.
for other
That's
niggas,
fine.
bro.
I'm not
I ain't
asking
come
that
to
you need to have a conversation with me.
So why you're in Clubhouse, bro? Came in just to shout at
I
someone.
can't get a bark on you, and then
Which
you
is
can
fine.
shut the
Okay, well,
fuck
at least
and then you
you
can move the on, bro. You talking about?
He even caught major flack from their former friends over at the JBP for how the situation was handled.
To explain his position, and had a very long 4.5 hour.
And put on an absolute masterclass in how you should not defend yourself.
Yeah. So I think that what he did right. And so then, the fourth step was finally he went on his show and offered an apology, particularly for the dismissiveness with which he had dealt with the opening part of that conversation. In the spaces.
In the spaces. Dismissive, smug, condescending,
snarky,
arrogant, snarky.
That be Rory, though.
His position was anybody that knows me knows that I don't hate black people. I'm not a racist. People were trying to tell him
For white guys, it's hard to say that. Like that's not an excuse you can come with. They always go to that. Oh no, everyone knows me. I have black friends, buddy. But your tweets are saying otherwise.
They don't know you.
Right.
By opening that door to this kind of open discussion, he was basically ensuring that he was going to get wailed on verbally. But where Rory eventually realized it was time to stop talking and simply listen instead, Maul wouldn't back down.
Rory's gonna do what he
Hold on.
Hold on. What did Rory apologize for?
He apologized for some of the tweets that he would not retweet or post or say today in 2025.
Man, get the out of here.
How I tell you to come on and get him off and you make it worse? Jesus
fucking Christ. With this shit. Yo, Rory. Hey, yo, Rory. Who is hiring? Go to sleep. Yo, Rory, go to bed, man. Go to bed.
Man,
I know you ain't in here. I know you ain't in here.
Out your mouth.
For no
How about
shit
that?
like that.
Because you got some weird ass tweets that we can bring up too.
Weird ass tweets too.
Your Clubhouse is just like an attack place. People just fight.
Get down on who is that? Who is that?
Like a Clubhouse just to fight.
Right. Who is that? Yeah.
As the dust settled, Rory deleted his account amid the backlash and admitted some sense of wrongdoing in terms of how he handled things.
So it's not that serious.
I agree with you that there was definitely people in there with just that intention, but there were some people that were generally just looking for an answer. And I apologize for being dismissive to those people in particular that were just looking for an answer to what some of those tweets and fake retweets and all that was. So I do apologize because I did come off dismissive to some people that did not deserve that were just saw something out of context and was like, yo, what's up with this? And I was a little condescending and dismissive in the beginning. About 20, 30 minutes in, I started to realize, oh shit, all right, we're not doing the joke shit anymore. And at that point, everyone was texting me, get the fuck out of the spaces. And I felt like it was too late then.
Well, in classic fashion, Maul had to take things into ridiculous territory and even insisted that the tweets were fake, which they definitely weren't.
Nobody was hurt. Nobody's children didn't eat last night as a result of tweets that you tweeted, fake tweets 12 years ago. So it's not that serious.
After narrowly escaping that incident, Maul got back to business, with his business of course being bad takes. And this time, he ruffled a whole lot of feathers by discrediting the legendary Andre 3000. For context, anyone with even the slightest interest in hip-hop likely refers to Andre 3K as one of the GOATs to ever grace a microphone. And he has also inspired the likes of many legends in the game, making his impact far greater than your average artist could ever achieve. Well, during a new episode on the pod, conversation turned to artists who get a lot more credit than they deserve. And as expected, Maul was gearing up to deliver one of his most dubious opinions yet.
The most overrated rapper to me, and he's a legend. But I fell victim to this at one point too, and then I had to really sit down and really think about it. Like, yeah, he's dope, but he might be overrated. Andre 3000.
The comment was seen as so ridiculous that even though he usually cuts him some slack, this was one where his co-host truly couldn't let it slide.
Only because he never put out a solo rap project and he gets GOAT status.
Doesn't matter.
Like he deserves. No.
Doesn't matter.
We know the influence.
There's many people who've done the same thing have never gotten GOAT status, bro. Many people, bro.
It's on Twitter that I found out that the world thought
there's people who've put out albums, many albums, and have never got GOAT status. So you can't take that away from him just because he didn't put out an album, bro. It doesn't matter a solo album. What he contributed to the game made him legendary, bro. Through Outkast, it is what it is, bro. You can't take that away from him.
Stacks, Lauryn Hill, and Tupac were all overrated and not legends.
You have to have a solo rap album.
Why?
To be considered top 5 or one of the GOATs, because it's it's just that I think that's one of the qualifications. Can you be considered a GOAT at your sport and didn't win the title?
But he put out an album. He was involved in putting out albums, bro. He was part of Outkast, bro. That qualifies him as putting out albums, bro. You can't just now move the goalposts and be like, oh no, he didn't put out a solo album. No, bro. He put out an album with Outkast, and those albums made him legendary. That just makes him even more legendary that he didn't put out a solo album, and those albums made him legendary. Who are you to tell him now, bro? That doesn't make you legendary. I'll move the goalposts. I mold, bro.
Every other genre of music, the people that we say are GOATs, 99% of them were like in groups.
And I had to really think about it. I'm like, that's not fair to somebody whose entire career is a solo career, and they've put out amazing albums, amazing bars, amazing, you know.
How does that differ? You can be 10 people and put out trash music. You can be 30 people and put out a trash album, bro. You can be one man and put out a life-changing album. What are you talking about?
And they don't get that slot, whereas 3000 gets it, but...
Even with there being an argument to be made that he already made a solo album with his half of Speakerboxxx, The Love Below, the idea that Andre's skill set or catalog is inferior to some of the people Maul claims to be the top 5 was enough to get people very heated. So Drake can be the GOAT filling solo albums with ghostwritten songs, but 3K gotta make a solo project to be considered a GOAT even though his pen and talent has been proven. Somebody take this goofy's mic away. This dubious opinion got so much traction that even the iconic producer and all-around hip-hop specialist, Ninth Wonder, seemed to be coming at him, claiming that he doesn't care what ranking anyone puts him. Andre Benjamin is one of the greatest to ever put the pen to paper. I've seen people put their favorites on lists, even with a subpar album discography. Nope. 3000 is a master of words. Period. But as always, Maul is standing by it through the smoke.
I think the word overrated is what sent people off. Your point, I understand your point. We can debate the point. It's not a point that other people haven't made either. I think everyone just reacted to the word overrated.
But
because there's no world where Andre 3000 is overrated.
Yes.
Like he's still one of the greatest rappers that's ever.
If you have him in your top 5, that's overrating him.
Okay. I mean, that's subjective.
To me,
personal.
To me,
I don't know
if I have him in my top 5,
maybe in my
that's
10,
overrating him.
10 or 15.
You need solo albums as an MC. You need solo albums. It is what it is. Like, but that's not
Who said that? Like, who made that rule? Like, when was that rule ever made, bro? Did you make that rule?
Back on him. That's not. I'm not saying he can't do it. He just didn't do it for whatever reason.
Although it's perhaps the worst one, Maul has found himself getting dragged for another incident where he overlooked someone with undeniable raw rhyming talent. Lately, there's been discussion around Lloyd Banks versus Fabulous. For most people, Banks is more of a technically proficient MC, and because of that, the Punchline King would come out on top. But of course...
to be honest, like, I kind of... Fab though, guys. Fabulous though. Like, I fuck with Lloyd Banks, but Fabulous been had bars, bro. Fabulous. I don't know.
Maul saw it another way.
I have Banks over Fab.
Banks can rap. I don't feel like he's a better rapper than Fab though. And it's the thing with Banks that I always noticed, like Queens, y'all hold Banks down. Yeah. Like you can't say nothing close to being negative about Banks to somebody from Queens. Well, Fab is a better rapper than Banks.
In typical fashion, he had to go beyond all sense. It went as far as to say that Fab was in his top 5 from Brooklyn.
Okay,
it's not
that's
to say
a bit crazy, but okay.
That Fab isn't talented, but let's not forget that this is the same place that is home to Biggie, Jay-Z, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Lil Kim, Big Daddy Kane, Guru, Master Ace, Sean Price, Raycon, and a whole lot
now
more.
When you say the
in
list,
another example of his inability to gauge who's got the better pen, he also claimed last year that Rick Ross was a superior rapper to the game, only for literally no one to agree.
But this game record, Freeway's Revenge, I believe it's called, Rick, you gotta respond.
Game is a better rapper.
Game is. Listen, if I need,
you fucking tripping
to the point.
Ross can rap. We not listen, man. Stop. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all don't be.
Who
putting
said he
it up.
couldn't rap?
That's not saying he can't rap.
Yeah, but he's saying it like it's not going. Like he's gonna get smoked. Like his clock is gonna get cleaned. We not doing that.
His clock will get cleaned from Jayceon Taylor.
Maul is just on the losing side of the disses from every rapper. Maul is the MVP for the worst takes in music. I don't know how Rory puts up with this goof.
Red rose, white ceiling. What's the game's freestyles? That's how they start. Look, man, when it comes to Game and Ross, it's just very hard to compare them because Ross speak a different type of lingo, bro. Like, I think there's only a certain type of mind that is gonna really conceptualize and understand the concepts that, you know, Ross is giving to us, bro. The Game is gonna give you gritty, straight up street rap. Ross is gonna give you some luxury rap, bro. Ross is gonna give you, like, just poetic mansion deluxe rap, bro. You know, whereas Game is gonna give you street hit harding shit. Street hit harding. Yeah, that what I said.
Although this is often where he makes his worst opinions known, it's not just music where Maul can be way off. To this day, he still maintains that Russell Westbrook is the best player in the NBA due to having the most career triple-doubles in league history.
Maul, did you say that Russell Westbrook was the best player in the... Damn. Russell Westbrook was the best player in the league just because he averaged a triple-double.
Yep. Jokic does it. He won MVP 3 years in a row. I mean, he got a championship, so I'll give Jokic that. But what Russell did, no other player in the NBA has done. He might have averaged a triple-double for almost 5 years, and nobody talks about it because he didn't win a championship. At the time when I said it, he was league MVP because he averaged a triple-double, something that nobody had done before that other than Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
Then he went on the next year to average another triple-double. So I said, if he just won MVP last year for averaging a triple-double, how is he still not the league MVP this year?
Movies and TV
you see,
aren't
Maul, there's points to Maul's takes, but then he just takes it to the next level. You know, he takes it to the next level, which is just like, okay, Maul, I hear you, but bruv, it's not that.
Limits either.
It's not.
All you need to do is venture back to the JBP days, and you will find him claiming that Snowfall is a better TV show than The Wire.
I had just finished watching the season finale of Snowfall, and I was like, bro, listen, you can just look at the story, look where the acting, look where the story can go. Like, it's not even. This is one of the best shows we've ever. And I understand it's only 4 seasons, huh?
It's not even close, huh?
No,
we're not even gonna say no.
Nah,
The Wire is
bro. Let me be honest. The Wire. And to be fair, let me say I haven't finished Snowfall, but The Wire. Come on, it's fine.
It's better than Snowfall. When Snowfall ends, then we can have that debate.
Hell no. Why is The Wire better?
Snowfall is fire. I'm not getting twisted.
Okay, but why do you feel like The Wire is better than
Who's
Snowfall?
a better character than Omar on Snowfall?
To me, Teddy is just as gangster.
Nah, unfollow back.
He's just Teddy McDonald. Teddy McDonald is just as gangster, bro. Like, he killed a journalist.
Okay, was he gay though?
As usual, nobody bought it, and instead, it's now used as further proof that Maul will either say anything to get a reaction, or he truly does have the worst opinions imaginable. And unfortunately for him, it means that when he does try to stick his neck out and speak on an issue that matters to him, it doesn't do anyone any favors. A prime example of this came when Jay-Z found himself facing some abuse allegations in the wake of Diddy being apprehended by the police. The moment that he had a chance, these were instantly written off on air by Maul.
And I want you guys to share the reasoning for why you don't believe this case in general. And I don't want it to just be because I know Jay-Z. I want to talk about...
It's not about knowing.
I don't even
Jay-Z.
like... I don't
that's
like
not
knowing
even
him.
That's not it at all. It's just none of this shit sounds believable. None of it. I'm on the side of knowing who Jay is as a person, knowing his character, knowing where his moral compass is. And, you know, when you start talking about abusing, actually assaulting kids, you know, that's just not in his character at all.
I fully think there's a bunch of nasty f***ing people in the music industry.
Oh, for sure.
That Jay has rubbed shoulders with, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But not only did him doing so ring the alarm bells for some, others were quick to point out his hypocrisy in terms of how he treated his brother's former business partner, being accused, and literally anyone else in hip-hop. Maul dismissing it as outright has got me thinking he might actually be guilty. I love how Tory Lanez and Diddy were automatically guilty, but since it's Jay-Z, we don't believe it. Where most podcasters or commentators have a ratio of good to bad takes, that means people stay engaged with their content. Maul's consistently terrible predictions, opinions, and general analysis on the world around him is tipping the scales so much that it's giving him a bad rep. To make matters worse, it's also stopping people from wanting to engage with the content he and Rory are putting out anymore. Maul is always on the wrong side of history. Every time I hear this dude Maul talk, the more I am thankful I don't watch their podcast anymore. With each passing episode, the idea that Maul simply has nothing interesting or insightful to contribute grows. These days, he's actually so synonymous with trash takes that Deontay Kyle on Grits and Eggs claimed that Rory and Maul actually need to call it a day before it gets worse.
Professional opinion, you know what I'm saying? I think we're 100 plus episodes in. We are warranted to give advice in this podcast space.
I think so. I think it's only right.
Just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Shit takes.
That's tough.
Shit hip hop takes.
Wow.
Only thing y'all are good for is making us argue or call you stupid in a comment section. It's over. Joe won the war. He may have did bad business with you. He may have burned some bridges with you. Obviously, bridges that he never planned on crossing again. He may be a foul if he f***ed y'all over out of some money or put y'all in a bad contract. But the war is over and he has won. And you two need to pack it up.
Damn.
Try as we might, it's impossible to know how much of what Maul says is real and what he says is purely to court controversy to keep his name out there. But whatever's the case, he might want to start talking some sense for a while before there's no audience left to hear it. As always, it's your boy DOESN, and I want to thank y'all for watching today's video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Let him
giving your opinion on.
Let him have his hot takes. Like, you don't have to watch him. Let him say what he wants to say. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to most takes anyway. He doesn't pay attention to mine. I think that's how the universe works, right? This is the first time that I've been alerted to some of these takes, to be honest with you. Wild, but I do know that, you know, through some of the viral clips, that he has been saying some glazing things about the OVO squad. And, hey, Maul, look, if you love OVO, have you some OVO, man. I ain't gonna stop you, Maul, brother. Do your thing. Do your thing. Anyway, it's your boy DOESN Blaze. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you think. Like, what you think, man? What you think of Maul? What you think of Maul and these hot takes? Anyway, I'll catch you right here. Same time, same place, same face. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.